Well, good morning, and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson, and the Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com, and fightbackmediatv.com. Listen, what if you woke up tomorrow to no income taxes? What if April 15th was just a very ordinary day, like any other day? How about that? How about if you didn't get a W-2 from your employer? How about if you worked a certain amount of hours, you got all the money that you earned? You got every dime. There's no FICA. You got all that money. No income tax. What do you think about that? You think it's something you're interested in? Hang on, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this today. On yesterday, after addressing his Republican colleagues in a closed-door meeting, President Trump discussed certain trade policies that once defined his time in office. The former president suggested using tariffs as a negotiating tactic with adversaries should he secure the 2024 election. Trump also talked about imposing an all-tariff policy to better negotiate power, which he referred to as bad actors. Okay. Well, while details of the topic were limited, Representative Nicole Galatas, whatever her name is, from New York, said that the former president does want to look at lowering the income tax, and that could be offset and paid for by some type of tariffs, particularly on adversarial nations. Trump's campaign spokesperson Caroline Leavitt insisted that Trump's priority is to make the Trump tax cuts permanent. Now, President Trump simply floated the idea as one of the many brought up during the conversation, as he has said many times that as tariffs on foreign countries go up, taxes on American workers can come down. The 45th president championed tariffs during his first term, since imposing Section 301 punitive duties on China-made goods in 2018. If re-elected in November, Trump said he would increase taxes on Chinese imports by 60%. The increase in taxes on imported goods would result in foreign products to increase in consumer price in order to generate profit. In return, consumers would be more enticed to purchase American-made products rather than those made in other countries. This would allow the government to reduce income tax. Now, that is an interesting thing because that might happen and might not happen. If you are on YouTube any length of time, you watch people do Temu and Shein, and these, and all these are big Chinese companies. And if you pick up anything at all around your house, let's see here. It came with my new lights. You like my lights? I like my lights. This came with my new lights, and this is a cell phone holder that you can put on the stands. See, and you put the cell phone in there, and that's how that works. It's pretty cool. Now, if you look at where these lights were made, where this holder was made, and this holder could, in any country in the world, with a 3D printer can make one of these. This isn't something that has to be made in China, but it is. And these lights were made in China. You can't see it from here, but maybe you can hear it. I've got a flight yoke for my, oops, now things are moving, my flight simulator. I've got a throttle body connection here and some pedals down here, all made in China. It's a bummer. It really is. It's a bummer. I think I have a screwdriver. It doesn't say where it's made, but I bet if I researched it, this little screwdriver is probably made in China too. So when we think about these things, we have to be careful. There are lots of Chinese products. As a matter of fact, if you remember COVID? I remember COVID. When they were asking us all to mask up, the most ironic part of all that is that the masks, most of the masks that we were getting when I worked at the theme park, I still do. We get boxes and boxes of these things that we obviously were supposed to wear, and our guests were supposed to wear. And when I looked at where they were made, the irony wasn't lost on me that all these masks were made in China. The Chinese flu, China, right? So when we talk about this stuff, even this really cool cup, made in China. So when we say these kind of things, unless there's going to be an all-American alternative, then we have to be super careful, because that would really put pressure on a lot of people. I mean, this is, unfortunately, I ain't gonna lie to you, this right here. This is a Temu flashlight. Whoa! Temu flashlight. In the year 2000. Anyway, and super light. We have not used it, in times of emergencies yet, but it seems to work. I'm just sort of trying to highlight how much Chinese crap we all have. Clothing. I got a pressure washer over there. Let's see, I got another computer sitting over there. I've got a cat carrier and a cat not being carried down here under my desk. I mean, all this stuff, right? So we got to be really careful about. We're gonna put a 60% tariff on everything China, everything from China. Everything? Maybe. Anyway, what else? Yeah, that's it. Now, again, let's not get crazy. Now, I know all my libertarian friends are like, tariffs are just taxes on the American public. And they're right. Let's just say this Gorilla Glue, let's see where it was made. Yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff. You're like, where are you picking up all this stuff on the table? Yeah, I got more crap on this table than I'm ready to show you. It doesn't say where this Gorilla Glue is made. Let's just say it's made in China. So we've got this Gorilla Glue that's made in China. You lower my income tax, or even eliminate it, and the money that I now get and don't have to pay an income tax, I have to pay more for the Gorilla Glue or the Gorilla Tape. I'm going to buy the Gorilla Tape anyway. So it's going to cost more money. It's a good thing I've got my money in my paycheck. You see? Taking money from here and putting it here. That's the danger of using the tariff system to fund anything, right? So unless Congress gets this spending together, then I don't know if it's feasible. I don't know if it's a good idea. I wanted to today talk about the two kinds of alternative taxes that always get bandied around. When Mike Huckabee was running for president, he was a proponent of the fair tax system. You've heard of the fair tax system. I'm going to read 3 benefits of the fair tax system and 3 benefits of the flat tax system. And then you can decide in the comments if indeed either of those floats your boat. If either of those float your boat. Let's have a discussion. Let's get started. The fair tax. The fair tax is a proposed tax reform plan here in the States that would replace the current federal income tax with a national sales tax. Here's some of the potential benefits that could happen. simpler. The simplicity of it. The fair tax would eliminate the need for complex tax forms, as taxes would be collected at the point of sale. You go to buy the Gorilla Tape, then you'd pay the tax on it. Now we'd have to get used to the sticker shock, because unless Congress decides to curb their spending, they're just taking, again, money from one pocket. Instead of taking it from this pocket, now they're going to take it from this pocket. Okay? Transparency. So with the sales tax, consumers would see easily and exactly how much tax they've been paying on each purchase, which people who are advocates argue makes the tax burden more visible and easy to understand. Because right now it's like, well, wow, what kind of income taxes are you paying? I don't know. I got to fill out this form and figure it out for myself, and then you know. Holy crap, right? Holy crap. As opposed to every day, and then you get to decide. Maybe I don't buy this Gorilla Tape. Maybe I buy something else. Maybe I don't buy it at all. And if I don't buy it, I don't pay taxes. Elimination of the IRS. Go ahead, smile, laugh, cheer. Go on. Go on, there you go. Elimination of the IRS. Since there would be no longer an income tax to administer, the Internal Revenue Service could be, for the most part, largely dismantled. That makes me cry. That gets me all misty. Okay? So to sort of help with the sticker shock for staples, a prebate system, and anytime they use the word system, it bothers me. A prebate system, the plan includes a monthly prebate, money paid out, for all legal residents to offset the cost of taxes on necessities, foods and stuff, which is intended to make the system less regressive. So the sticker shock on a loaf of bread, you'd get money every month, which seems like that'd be more government to administer, right? Somehow you'd get more, you get money, and I guess it would probably be on a card. They wouldn't be sending checks out, right? So they would have to know everybody. If you're going to participate in the prebate system, then you'd have to probably sign up for it, and then they would send you money to offset the sticker price of a loaf of bread or eggs or milk or baby formula or whatever, right? Because the government would be paying for missiles and bridges with the purchase of a box of cereal. If you are a proponent of that system, let me know in the comments. The other system is the flat tax system, where everyone pays the same tax rate regardless of the income level. Herman Cain mentioned his 999 plan. Remember the 999 plan, which was roundly misunderstood by a lot of people, and I think intentionally. And when he talked about 9% income tax, that means everybody pays 9%. You make $100, you pay $9. You make $1,000, you pay $90. You make $100,000, you make $9,000. You pay $9,000. You make $1 million, you know what I'm saying? You got it now? That's the system. Everyone across the board. One of its benefits is simple. A flat tax could greatly simplify the tax code. Actually, it would eliminate a lot of the tax code, right? Making it easy for individuals and businesses to understand and comply with the tax laws without needing extensive professional help. Now, this whole cottage industry of tax accountants and tax attorneys would effectively go away. And these are the people that will be fighting to keep the tax code the same, because we would be eliminating their livelihood. Reduce compliance costs. With a simpler tax system, the time and money spent on tax preparation could be significantly reduced, because all you'd have, whatever it is, whether it be 9% or 6% or 4.2%, pretty easy to calculate, right? Potential economic growth. Lower tax rates, especially on higher incomes, businesses might encourage investment and entrepreneurship, possibly stimulating economic growth. When people have more money, they tend to want to invest or spend more money, and that causes growth, and growth a lot of times is a good thing. It eliminates all the loopholes and the deductions and all the stuff that people say they don't like. A pure flat tax typically removes most deductions and credits, which could be seen as making the system fairer and reducing the ability of the wealthy to minimize taxes through clever accounting. The tax rate this year is 4.2%. That's it. We add up your income, it's 4.2%, or it's 9%, or whatever it is. And now the government has to live within those means. That is still the deal. If government spending doesn't get under control, all of this ends up being for naught, because you end up in the same dang on place. You end up paying way too much tax. However you get it to them, however we get it to them, we end up paying way too much. Okay? So what do you think? Do you think that President Trump's tariff system that he floated, and I think they were just talking. I don't think he was talking about. He wasn't asking anybody to write legislation or anything. I think they were just batting around ideas, and that's how stuff happens. You have to bat around ideas. What about this? What about that? Right? Do you think a system like that is preferable over a fair tax or a flat tax? Write it in the comments. Love to hear from you. We got to get out of here and make room for somebody else. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been the Morning Report. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.